up A Midsummer Night's Dream. Before we get into this world of love, magic, and mayhem, I have a few things to point out. First, in case of an emergency, please proceed in an orderly fashion to the nearest exit. Two exits are the one towards this curtain where you came in, that leads to the hallway and other exits to outside, and the one through this curtain, which leads directly outside. Second, there will be a brief 10-minute intermission. There are restrooms around the corner and across the hall that you can use. Smoking is not permitted in the building, but if you exit the building, it may be hard to get back in. Finally, please silence all electronic devices. We don't want to distract the performers or other audience members. Also, since this is a very small theater, we will know exactly whose phone is going on. Flash photography is not allowed. And that's all I have for you, so sit back, relax, and enjoy A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bringing another moon. But oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes.
For day shall quickly sleep in night, for night shall quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our stormy chief.
Let's stir the Athenian youth to merriments.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, Critias. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter, Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious Duke, this maid hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung, with feigning voice, verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy. With bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers of strong prevailment and unhardened youth, hast thou filched my daughter's heart, and turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And be it so, she will not before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens, as she is mine, I may dispose of her, which either be to this gentleman or to her death, according to the law immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid. To you, your father should be as a god, one who composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you wrote a form in wax by him imprinted, and within his power to leave thy figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is worthy of your love.
So is Lysander!
In herself she is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether, if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I, to live in shady cloister mewed, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moon. Thrice blessed they that master so their blood, but earth they're happy as the rose distilled. Then that which, withering on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, for everlasting bond of fellowship. Upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius, as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful, Lysander. 'Tis true, he hath my love. And what is mine, my love shall render him. And she is mine, and all my rights of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his, my fortunes in every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage, than Demetrius. And which is more than all these boasts can bear, I am beloved of the beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Nadar's daughter Helena and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. So, Aegeus, come. And come, Demetrius, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. And you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, lest the law of Athens yield you up, by which no means we may extenuate, to death or to vow of single life. Come, Hippolyta. What cheer, my love? Demetrius and Aegeus, come along.
With duty and desire, we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
I may. For aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. For either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross! Too high to be enthralled to low.
or else misgrafted in respective years,
Oh, spite! Too old to be engaged to young.
or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell! To choose love by another's eyes.
Or if there were sympathy in choice, war, death, sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as sound, swift as shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the colleague night, that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth. And ere a man hath the power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trail patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widowed aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only heir. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observances to a morn of May. There I will stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus' doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen when the false Trojan under sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke. In that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away? Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue sweet air, more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear when wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching. Oh, were favor so yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye. My tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that my smiles could teach your frown such skill.
He gives me curses, yet I give him curses, and he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty, would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that she hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the blades of grass, a time lovers' flights doth still conceal. Through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
And in the wood where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet. There my Lysander and myself shall meet. And thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander. We must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. And Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius, dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she, but what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities. Things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings that no eyes figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled, like waggish boys in games themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when that hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
You were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name which is thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day, at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Harry. Our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the Weaver.
Ready! Name what part I am for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
Well, what is Pyramus? A lover? Or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself, most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears and the true performing of. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. Yet, my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Hercules rarely, or a part to tear a captain, to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gate, and Phoebus's car shall shine from afar to make and mar the foolish face. This was lofty. Now name the rest of the players.
Francis.
Oh, that was Hercules' vein? A tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, Faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisne too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisne! Thisne! Oh, Pyramus! My lover dear! My Thisne dear! And lady dear!
No! No! You must play Pyramus. And Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you will play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus' father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner, you the lion's part. And I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lines part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me, for I'm slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again, let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
That would hang us, every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, that if we should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us all. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as gently as to any nightingale. I will roar you as gently as to any sucking dove. Roar!
No! You must play Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely, gentlemanlike man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
I will discharge it in either your straw color beard, or your orange tawny beard, or your purple and grain beard.
But, masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to come in by tomorrow night and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town. There will we rehearse, for if we meet in the city, we will be dogged with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of property such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet there, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be profit, adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
And not hold or cut bowstrings.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen to do her orbs upon the green. In their cowslips tall her pensioners be, in their gold coast spots you see, those be rubies, fairy favors, to live their freckles upon their sabers. I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, the lava spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen not come within his sight. For Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because that she, as her attendant, hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all of her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do square that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape in making quite, or else you are that rude and knavish sprite, called Robin Goodfellow, are not you she, that frights the maidens of the villagery? Skim milk and sometimes labor in the kern, and bootless make the breathless huswife churn. And sometimes the drink to bear no barm, mislead night wanderers laughing at their harm. Those that hobgoblin and call you sweet puck, you do their work and they shall have good luck. Are not you she?
Thou speakest all right. I'm that merry wanderer of the night. I jest you Oberon and make him smile, when I am fastened mean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foe. And sometimes their guy in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab, and on her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale. The wisest aunt, telling the saddest tale, sometime for 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her bum, and down topple she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cup. And then the whole choir holds their hips and laugh, and wax it in their mirth and ease and swear. A merrier hour was never wasted there. But room fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress, would that you were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous, Oberon?
Fairies, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and
Oh,
company.
tarry, rash wanton, am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But never, since the middle summer spring, met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paven fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margin of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. And through this distemperature, we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frost fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and an old hime's thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is, as in mockery, set. Spring, summer, childling autumn, and angry winter change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland lies not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and her, being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake I do rear up the boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me the boy, and I'll go with thee.
Not for thy wind up. Fairies, away. We will try downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest that very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial voters pass it on in maiden meditation, fancy-free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon this little western flower, before milk white, now purple, with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me this flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle around the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she's asleep and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing she, waking, looks upon, be it on lion, bear, wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can't take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not.
So who comes here? I'm invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll stay, and the other stayeth me. Thou toldst me there was stone unto this wood, and here am I and wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, and yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather do I not in plainest truth tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I beg of in your love, and yet a place of such high respect for me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I'm sick when I look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place, with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you in my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee, and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest have not such a heart as you! Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and death beholds the tricks. The vile hind makes speed to catch a tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go! Or if thou follow me, do not believe that I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
I, the temple and the town, the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius! Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee, and make heaven of hell to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows quite over canopy, with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses, and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania sometime in the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. There the snake throws her enameled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it, and the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the ones by the Athenian garments they have on. Infect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou, meet me here ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so. Come, now a roundel and a fairy song. Then, for the third part of a minute hence, some kill cankers in the musk rose buds. Some war with the rare mice for their leathern wings to make my small elves coats. And some keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now to sleep, then to your offices and let me rest.
Say
thou seek'st when thou dost wait. Do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for their sake. Be it ounce, or cat, or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair. In thy eye that shall appear, when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak troth, I forgot our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf, so sure is pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms and one trough.
Nay, good Lysander. For my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean to say that my heart unto yours is knit, so that one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom you deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now, much beshrew my manners and my pride if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy lie further off in human modesty. Such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous lover and a maid. So far be distant. And good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen. Amen to that fair prayer, say I, and end life when I end loyalty. Here's my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve of this flower's force and stirring love. Night and silence. Who is here? Weeds of Athens she doth wear. This is she, my master said, despises the Athenian maid. And hear the maiden, sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl upon thy eyes I throw, all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid, sleep is seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Say thou thou comest, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou darkling leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril. I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace.
Happy is Hermia wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears, if so my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No. No, I am as ugly as a bear, for beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore no marvel though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare to Hermia's fiery eyne? But who is here? Lysander? On the ground. Dead or asleep, I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good friend, awake!
And run through fire I would, for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword!
Do not say so! Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you. Then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who would not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says that you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I, being young till now, ripe not to reason. And touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will and leads me to your eyes, where I overlook love's stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Isn't that enough? Is it not enough, Lysander, that I did never, no, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye? Yet you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth, you do me wrong. Good sooth you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce I must confess I thought you filled with more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of a man refused should of another be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near. For, as a surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings. And as the heresies that men did leave are hated most by those they did deceive, so thou, my surfeit, and my heresy, of all be hated. The most of me, and all my powers, address your love and might, to honor Helen and be her knight. Help me, Lysander, help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast.
Ay me, for pity! Oh, what a dream was here! Oh, Lysander, look how I do quake with fear! Methought a serpent ate my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander! What, removed? Lysander, love! What, out of hearing? Gone? No sound, no word? Like, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak of all loves! I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you will fight immediately.
Are we all met?
Ha! And here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake, our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince!
What sayest thou, bully bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, it says here that Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
Friar Lakin, per this fear, I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, And it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, let it be 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeared of a lion? I fear it! I promise you.
Oh, masters, to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing. For there is not a more fearful wild fowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another frog must tell that he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same defect thus, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours, if you think I am come hither as a lion, it were pity on my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are, and there indeed, let him name his name and tell them plainly he is Snug the Joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But there is 2 hard things. That is, to bring the moonlight into a chamber. For you know Pyramus and Thisbe must meet by moonlight. Doth the moon shine the night your player play?
A calendar! A calendar! Look in the almanac! Find out moonshine! Find out moonshine!
Do you have a calendar? Do you have a calendar?
Yes!
Sir, it doth shine that night.
Why, then you may leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and there the moon may shine in at the casement.
Or else one must come in with a lantern and a bush of thorn and say he comes to disfigure or to present the person in moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through the chink of a wall. You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Why, some man or other must present wall. And let him have some plaster, or some loam, or some rough cast about him to signify wall. And let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken into your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here? So near the cradle of the fairy queen. What a play toward? I'll be an auditor. An actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savors sweet.
Odors! Odors!
Odors savor sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe, dear. But hark! A voice! Stay thou here but a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus and hair played here.
Must I speak now? Aye, marry, must you, for you must understand he goes but to see a noise that he heard and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white and hued. Of color like the red rose or triumphant briar, as true as horse that yet would never tire, amid the Pyramus and Ninny's too.
Ninus, too. Man, why, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter! Your cue is past, it is never tire!
As true as horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fair Thisbe, I'm only thine.
Monstrous, don't scream! You're haunted! Great master, blind master's help!
Roar! I'll follow you, I'll lead you down around through fog, through bush, through brake, through briar.
Why did they run from me? This is a knavery of them, to make me afeared.
Sometime a horse, sometime a hound. hog, a headless bear, sometime a fire.
Oh, what a bird chase! What a shot! What do you see in me? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
And neigh and bark and grunt and roar and burn like horsehound hog bear fire at every turn.
Roar! Bless thee, bottom, bless thee, thou art translated!
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me. To fright me, if they could. But I will not stir from this place. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing to show them I am not afeared. The owl's cock, so black of hue, with orange toddy bill, the throstle with his note so true, the wren with his little quill,
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
the finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song, cuckoo gray, the finch's note full many a man doth bark, and dare not answer me. For who indeed would give a lie to so foolish a bird? Who would set his wit against a bird, though he cry cuckoo never so?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored thy note. So is mine eye much enthralled thy shape. And thy fair virtue's force perforce doth move me to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason to say so. But to speak the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Oh, not so neither, but if I had enough witch to get out of this wood, I had enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love with thee. Therefore, go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while on pressed flowers thou dost sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness so, that like an airy spirit thou shalt go. Peace blossom, cobweb, moat, mustard seed, ready, and I.
And I. And I.
Where shall we go? Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humble bees. And as the night tapers crop their waxen thighs and light them on fiery glowworms' eyes, have my love to bed and to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal.
Hail, hail, hail.
I cry your worship's mercy. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman.
Peace blossom.
Please, commend me to Master Peace God, your father, and to Mr. Squash, your mother. I shall desire you of more acquaintance too, good Master Peace Blossom. Your name, I beseech you, sir.
Mustard seed.
Oh, good Master Mustard Seed, that same cowardly giant-like oxbeef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. I shall desire you of more acquaintance too, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she wakes, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue. Lead him silently.